Hi class, back again with another video demonstration. This time I'm going to be demonstrating page 69 song Love Somebody, right? In this piece of music we find ourselves in the same key signature as page 67, F major, that having one flat, right? And that flat is B flat, meaning that all the B's are lowered, going down the piano onto a black note, 1/2 step, right? Now in this piece of music, it's not all that difficult, but perhaps lining up the hands might be difficult, and there are some leaps in the left hand that we need to contend with. So the first thing I always like to do is to try to find maybe some similarities and differences in the piece of music. And here we can see something very similar, bum 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 bum. And then again, dun 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 dun. And look again down here, yun dun dun dun. And in fact, these two measures and these two measures in the right hand are exactly the same. Nice, right? The second thing I like to look at when I'm looking at a piece of music or doing some analysis is I like to write in some fingering. So especially with this piece of music, you're definitely going to want to write in some fingering here. And I notice that there's a skip right here, and so we're not going to go to our second finger, we're going to go to our third finger. There's another skip, so we're going to go to our fifth finger, right? Then what do? Well, if F, this is an F, is 1, and this is a G, well that would be 2. Up a note, 3, 4. We can double check our fingering by saying, okay, well this is a 3 and that's a 3. They'd better be the same note. And indeed they are. They're both A's. So I double check that. So that's one of the ways I would start a piece of music this large. Is definitely going in and writing in your fingering, right? And being doubly sure that my rhythm is correct, which we're going to get into next. As opposed to page 67, where the left hand has eighth notes, in this song the right hand has eighth notes. And we're in the time signature of 2/4, meaning that each measure gets 2 beats. Let's see if that's true. 1, 2, bar line. Yep, 1, 2, bar lines. Yep, so this measure has 2 beats. This measure has 2 beats. Every measure has 2 beats. Now, also remembering that a quarter note equals 2 eighth notes. This gets 1 beat, this gets half a beat, and each eighth note gets half a beat. Half plus a half equals 1. So these notes right here are going to line up, and this note is going to be played while this note is being played, but it's already been sounded. So this note and this note is played at the same time. Then this note is played afterwards before we move on to this note and this note. And it's pretty easy to follow because you can see that these notes line up when they should be hit together, or sounded together I should say, right? You wouldn't hit this note at the same time as this note, well, because look at, we're reading from left to right. There, all of these notes must sound together, then that note. Then all of these notes must sound together, then these notes. But this note must come first. That being said, before I turn the camera down on the keyboard, let's listen to these hands line up. And let's listen to the left hand first. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Right? Just each quarter note. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now the right hand, that's different. It goes twice as fast. Why? Because the note values are half as long. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1. Right? Listen to it again. So my beat is still staying the same. Here's the left hand. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now here's the right hand. My tempo and my beat has not changed. Just the length of the notes. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Pretty cool how that works, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip the camera down to the keyboard so that we can watch this demonstration of the piece of music. I'm going to count out loud. Here we go. 1, 2, ready and go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? So there's the demonstration. Real quick, I'm just going to finish up this video with how we can time those notes out a little bit better, right? 1 and 2. Easy way. If you need to just practice this in chunks, small chunks, go ahead and just get those finger shifts down. Right? Just do that much. Then go on to the next measure. Go as slow as you need to get your fingers to shift to the notes. After that, it starts to become muscle memory, and you can begin to move faster and shift fingers and locations faster. Try it again. Just start with something as simple as this. Just do that much. Again. Then add in the last note. Then go on to the next measure and do the same. Then put the two measures together. Now, practice these measures over and over again until you get them. I'm going pretty fast because I'm giving you a demonstration. But practice these measures individually as much as you need to get these finger shifts down. And I promise you, you will get them down if you practice that way. It's not good enough to just practice from point A all the way down to point B, from the beginning of the song to the end of the song. You haven't learned anything except struggling through a piece of music. But if you sit and do focused practice on one measure like this, just the first measure, over and over again, well, I guarantee you you're going to know that measure. And when you do it the same for the next and the next and the next, it's going to be a lot easier. And pretty soon, eventually, you're just going to be playing through music, not spending as much time on finger shifts because your fingers have gotten used to the shifts. So that being said, class, stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, take care.